why do we need credit cards anymore? What is the point of credit cards? And I think credit card companies themselves understand that with stablecoins, let's set aside Bitcoin. Stablecoins backed one-to-one by US Treasury reserves, as long as we can still have that full faith and credit and the trust that you talked about earlier. Now, as a business, you'd rather accept stable coins because they're redeemable immediately. You don't have to wait days for the money to come into your account. You don't have to look at that 3 to 5% extraction of your money going to the credit card processor. So really the only thing that credit cards solve anymore is, yeah, you have the ability to reverse transactions. And the bigger thing is you give the consumer float. But that float that the banks are offering consumers on credit cards comes at a steep price, 25% on average in interest payments on credit cards. So they're becoming less and less relevant. And like you said, and I love how you said it because I agree, you're going to have a paradigm shift now because you're going to have businesses saying, hey, instead of me charging you an extra 3% because you're using a credit card, heck, I'll give you back 3% because you're using a stable coin or you're paying in sats. But I'm still not 100% convinced. I want you to convince me and the audience, why would I want to spend my precious sats if I think, like many people think, that it's going to go exponentially higher? Why would I spend, even with that little 3% discount? There's so much downside to giving away my sats to buy that cup of coffee when I think about what they'll be worth in 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. There is no argument against that. You have the perfect saying: stack sats, spend stable coins. That's what you want to do. And I think that it's the second element there, spend stable coins, because the float is the really key critical point here.